With so many of you struggling to pay rent during the pandemic, the recent CDC eviction moratorium was likely a huge relief. But it turns out the Houston area leads the nation when it comes to eviction filings, despite that moratorium. So what gives here? Matt Doherty takes a closer look.
If you thought the number of evictions had slowed since the CDC's moratorium began earlier this month, you'd be wrong. According to Princeton University's eviction tracker, 583 evictions were filed in the Houston area last week.
We are still seeing more evictions in Houston and Harris County than any other big city in the country.
Attorney Donna Carney heads up the Eviction Defense Coalition at nonprofit Lone Star Legal Aid. She says the number of evictions across the U.S. are highest in the Houston area after the CDC moratorium, just like it was before it became effective.
We have over 11,000 evictions that were filed ever since the pandemic broke, and we are leading the country, and that is a tragic and shameful statistic for the city of Houston and for Harris County.
The numbers are only for eviction cases actually filed with the courts.
Lots and lots of tenants will start packing the moment they get a notice to vacate.
In order for a tenant to qualify for the moratorium and avoid an eviction, tenants must sign one of these declaration forms. Then they have to appear in court for their eviction hearing.
Just because you haven't paid rent does not mean that your case will result in a judgment against you.
This week, the National Apartment Association joined other landlords in a federal lawsuit against the CDC and the Trump administration. They say the moratorium is unconstitutional and landlords can't operate without being paid. Matt Doherty, KHEU 11 News.
We know it's tough, so there is still time to apply for the COVID-19 rental assistance program from Houston and Harris County. You can text the word rent to 713-526-1111 and we'll text you back with a link to more info.